All right, here we have the Intrepid title for episode Echo. This is the first episodic title for the final shape expansion. And so, with that being said, the time to get it is probably up until the end of the expansion, until codename Frontiers, or whatever it's called. Also, the one thing to note is that this is going to be probably one of the longest ones to do because it's the very beginning, and so there's a lot of steps involved and a lot of connect the dots with some of these. These are not just face value triumphs. There's a lot more steps. I don't recommend doing it in one day, but I'm gonna try my best to explain everything the best I can and show everything that I can show, as there are a lot of stuff that is like there's a lot of information in this title, and it's not hard, it's just long. And yeah, so I'm gonna try my best to go through everything here. So the only thing I don't have or cannot confirm a lot of stuff is when you're playing now. If you're playing now and just started the story, I don't know how it's gonna go. So I play weekly, and so I only know the weekly content of how the story goes. So I don't know how it works if you're far behind, sadly. So you gotta figure that out on your own. So let's start off with the very first one with 14 triumphs here. We have the Failsafe FM, which listen to all radio broadcasts. This one is basically just finishing the whole story, Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. Instead of putting it as a triumph, finish the quests, this is always going to be at the end of the step. So, in Act 3, there's gonna be three. In Act 1, there's gonna be 3 radio broadcasts. In Act 2, there's gonna be 3, and in Act 3, there's gonna be another 3. So there's gonna be 3 per act, right? And so what that means is that as soon as you have a way marker for the radio, then then you're done 1/3 of Act 1, right? And that was 1 week of Act 1, right? It's hard to explain because there's no stopping point. When you get to that point, you can keep going. While we had to stop for 1 week, so it's a bit confusing to explain. But other than that, that's that. So just keep. You can listen to all 9. You don't have to listen to the radio each time you get it. You just wait. You can stack it up. And I think unless they changed it, you used to be able to listen to the radio one time and then rejoin the instance to reset it. But maybe you will still 9. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. Then we have mineral processing. This one here is depositing radiolite samples 15 times, and the radiolite, I don't know what's it called, the radiolite bay. It's located not just only in the helm, but also at the end of most activities for the season that offer you to claim the radiolite in that activity. So for example, we're gonna have the exotic mission Encore, battlegrounds, and breach executable will all have ways to earn radiolite, and also at the end we'll have a chance, or you're able to deposit your radiolite there. All you do is just 15 times. You can carry 200 grams in your inventory, but we can do it multiple times if you have more than 200 each. Okay, so this will be done passively. It's nothing too complicated. It's pretty easy to do. You just keep playing the game and you'll get that one done pretty easily. All right, next up we have is collect any exquisite radiolite sample. I don't know exactly what exquisite is. I'm assuming it's the purple one, which is the 400 gram radiolite, since there is green. Is there common, uncommon, rare, and legendary? And the legendary ones are the 400 gram one. Now each of those radiolites, if you pick up a 400 gram, they each have their own triumphs. You could track that. You only need 1 to get it done. There is a guaranteed way to get 1 every week, but that you have to go ahead and get to Specimen 6 and finish Specimen 6 in order to get the assimilated torch hammer, which will spawn this upgrade here, the combat protocol override, which will detect assimilated demolishers in the battleground. So it'll be in each battleground there is 1 assimilated demolisher that you can kill, and usually these are located at one of the hammers. for each battleground, and they're in the same spots. Either anybody can kill them, your team can kill them. You can probably search for a video for that. I don't have footage of them, but you kill them in the mission in the battlegrounds, finish the boss, get the chest at the end, and there's a chance for it to drop into your inventory. I say chance because I always do it and never get it on the first try, so it could be guaranteed though. I could be wrong. And once you do that, you can go ahead and head over to Nessus and head over to Watcher's Grave and input it into the conflux that heads towards the battleground strike, and fight the assimilated. You have a timer of like 5 minutes to kill all 3 assimilated demolishers, and then that will guarantee you a purple one. But like I've said, you only need one radiolite from that, and the odds of you getting it by playing the game automatically, you'll probably get it by accident. And the best way to explain this as well, you have this radiolite sampler. In the very beginning, Act 1, you're only going to be seeing 3 radiolites, which would be iridescent, ivory, and crimson. Keep progressing the quests. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Keep progressing. You'll upgrade your failsafe to 3.0 in Act 3 at the beginning, and you'll be able to get all 7 radiolite, which will make it even more easier because you'll see all of them in all the activities, basically. So there is that. So keep progressing, and you'll get that done. All right, and that is that one there. Next up, we have for this title, we have complete all failsafe research project quests. This is specimens 1 to 9. And so I'm going to show you guys how to start these ones. So basically, you're just going to be progressing through all the acts. Act 1 has these 3, Act 2 is these 3, and Act 3 is these 3 over here. So you're just going to progress the story, but not all of them are just progressing the story. They will be kind of hidden. So for example, let's go with all specimen number 1 here. So specimen number 1, if you just keep progressing this story, you're forced to pick this up no matter what. You have to pick this up, so that is technically part of the story. So keep progressing Act 1 and you'll get specimen 1 automatically from there. And if you keep progressing Act 1, eventually you'll pick up a proximity sensor, and the specimen 2 will be located in a breach executable. Okay, so you follow the sensor on the top, on the left there, and you should see specimen number 2 over here. Okay, or anywhere, I don't know exactly there, but that will get you specimen number 2. Specimen number 3 is also in breach executable, but you will not get it part of the main story. You have to pick it up at failsafe. Failsafe, you open up that menu where we're just in and pick up the proximity sensor. Then once you head into a breach executable, you should see that a specimen can be located in this activity, and you gotta go find it there, basically. All right. And the thing is, I'm looking at my inventory. You don't see it in your inventory. You have to go back to failsafe and pick it up as a quest. Each time you pick up a specimen, you go back to failsafe, and she'll have it as a quest to pick up, and there's more steps after that. So specimen 4 is just given to you when you start Act 2. You keep progressing Act 2, and once you finish the very first battlegrounds, which is Battlegrounds Delve, you're forced to do it for the story. It will go back to failsafe, and you'll get that specimen quest. Specimen 5 is given to you. It is part of Act 2 quest. You keep progressing it, and it'll lead you to specimen 5, which is the frog here, Captain Jacobson. This will give you it automatically. You interact with it, and you go back to failsafe, and you get specimen 5 quests. Similar to specimen 3, once you finish Act 2, you go to failsafe and pick up the proximity sensor, and the specimen will be located in any of the battlegrounds. Most of them will be near the hammer spot that you put the hammer in, but you'll get the proximity sensor once you're close by. But like I've said already, this is after Act 2 is done, and you talk to failsafe to get the sensor and head into any battlegrounds to pick it up. Now we're in Act 3 for specimen number 7. Specimen 7 is pretty important. This is going to be located in the exotic quest. You cannot miss this. You're forced to access the Degauss exomine. Once you interact with this, you're automatically getting specimen 7. You cannot even progress the story or the exotic mission without interacting with that. Specimen 7 is important because you needed to unlock, finish that first before you could do the secret or the callous secret chests for acquire of 1 for exotic quests. But that's another story. But anyways, that's important for later. But you can't skip this in Act 3. And then you keep progressing in Act 3. Specimen 8 is located in one of the secret chests. This is the intrinsic perk number command frame 3 in the first secret area. The second portal in the middle, whatever this room is, it's located here. So if you can find a guide out there and show you exactly where you need to go, the middle portal, yeah. This is where the first hammer is, and in order to get these chests, you have to interact with the first secret chest, which would activate these portals and the confluxes you can interact with, basically. Okay, so there is that. And then number 9. Number 9 is located in the last Callus chest. This is for the Onslaught Callus refit. This is specimen number 9, the lab bats. You can find them in this after finishing this last Callus. And there we go. Those are the specimens. Pick those up. Now, not only picking up the specimens equals done. There is steps on each of them. I don't have all the steps, but I would assume most of them require kills with a certain weapon type, and then doing like a battleground or doing a breach executable. So I'm pretty sure you could pick up all of them at the same time, but 7 is very important to do, obviously. And I mean, you can't pick up 8 or 9 unless you do 7 first. But the rest you could probably pick up 1 to 6 altogether and progress them all together probably at the same time, and try to get them to a step that is like, oh, do one activity, because most of them do force you to play an activity. So if you can do most of the steps before the activity, then you can do all that together. All right, so that's specimen 9 right there, and that's do them all, finish them all. I'll take a bit of time to do, but yeah, that's one of the long parts of this title, all 9 specimens. And while doing all the specimens, you unlock all these upgrades here, which are pretty important. Okay, now let's go back to the title. That is one triumph with many steps. All right, next up we have Untethered Attire. This is acquire the full set of Echo's armor. This is a passive. You're gonna unlock these automatically. You'll the doing a bunch of breach executables and battlegrounds. You'll get them dropped from the activity completions. And you can also get a bunch of engrams, and I think if you just redeem these engrams here, you have a chance to just drop automatically. So pretty easy to do, nothing too complicated with those ones. Then we have next up defeat all 3 bosses and the breach executable activity. The bosses, there's no time gates. It is straight up random. Each time you do a breach executable, you will fight a boss, and it's just random. I think the expert version is set, but you don't have to do it. I don't know if it is set or not. Maybe it isn't. It could be random as well. I thought maybe it's set. It would tell me here, but I don't see it. But other than that, it is straight up just keep playing it. You're gonna play it quite a bit, and you might get lucky in the first 3 different ones you do will be the different bosses. There's nothing hidden with this one. Do that. This one we have achieve platinum score in the single run of breach executable. So what this means is that when you do expert, which is matchmaking, so don't worry about that too much. It's also it's not that scary either. It is pretty easy to do. Expert breach executable. Just make sure you bring in champion mods or using the correct elemental things. What do you even call these? These things, the effects of certain elements. Bring those in, and it'll make it a lot smoother. And what platinum means is that since breach executable is 2 encounters and then a boss, as long as you complete the bar fully for both encounters, then it's platinum. So it's not, I don't think it's champion wise. I mean, I do recommend killing champions, but you have to do not fail an encounter. The boss is fine, but the 2 encounters before the boss, if you don't fail any of those, then you will finish that triumph. And it's actually pretty easy. It gives you a sparrow as well, so that's cool, I guess. Then we have Spelunker. This was time gated until Act 2, but it's very easy to do, and you're forced to do it. You're going to do them automatically by doing the story. All of Act 2, you will do all battlegrounds at least once. That's not part of the playlist. If you just play battlegrounds, it might put you in core without even doing it in the story. So That's what happens when you play behind, when you play from behind. But you will do all of them automatically for the most part. Then we have is Nessian Warrior. This is complete a Echoes Battleground expert difficulty. Expert, not that scary. It is not match made, so you are going to go ahead and use the LFG system, which is very easy to do. So expert, it's not match made. I'm pretty sure it would tell me here. Nope, it's not. But it is equipment locked, so just make sure you look at the champions that's in there, and nothing's scary at all. You don't want to be that close to it, but it's pretty easy. So you go to your fire team finder. See if anybody's doing it. Let's see here. This button here. Let's see. So we're gonna go to episodic. We gotta go episode echoes, battlegrounds, expert. One person who's doing it. I'm sure you can create your own and do that. It's not that hard. People are willing to do it for sure. It should be pretty simple to do. One expert run. Very nice. All right, and then we have next up is system cracked. Destroy all available network security nodes in a single run of Enigma protocol. So I have a video of this showing you where all of them are. It's not bugged. It's actually made easier, I think. Obviously, it is better to do it in a fire team with people that will shoot it for you. But there is an upgrade. I don't know which. Tell me. There is one upgrade that's here. So this one here, during Enigma protocol runs, additional code-based places can be found to aid you in combat. So this right here, which you'll get early on if you finish Nessus 1, this will make the Triumph much easier to do, as you're gonna find more than the Triumph is supposed to be. Alright, so here's a video of showing these. Here's to make this video so much longer. Alright, here are the locations of each one. Starting off at the very beginning here, we're gonna go ahead and shoot the first one that spawns in front of us here. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because it's a bit long. But second one, we're gonna find it at the very. So the way this works is that when you shoot all three, most of them 3 or 2 in one area, it will give you the security protocol has been what does it say, zone security cleared, and what that means is that you found all of it in the area. Okay, so that's a confirmation. Okay, well that's all we need to know for this area, and you're good to go. All right, so next area is the first encounter type dealio, and I'm gonna finish this encounter real quick. All right, so one in the back corner, one up there, and then one down there. So not that hard to find for that one. Then we're going to traverse the next area, and you can go ahead and shoot the one while flying in the air. And we're going to go ahead and progress. There should be 3 in this area, but only 2 before the first portal, and then there'll be 1 after the portal, and that will complete it basically. Let's pick up the speed boost there, and then we're going to go ahead and pass this area. Into here, and then you should be able to see the next one. You can either shoot it from back there or shoot it from here, doesn't really matter. So that's number 2, but look, you see zone security is not cleared yet, so we're gonna go to the next area here, and we're gonna go and progress. This is the one over here, which is past this small area where these enemies are. If you look up, it'll be there, and right there, zone clear, so we can skip ahead to the next area. All right, so in this room here, you have one up there, then we have one to the back, and then all the way in the corner. You can shoot it from there if you want, and that's the 3. Then we have this area over here. You can shoot the one with there, and then the last one you can shoot if you want to from here. And that's the 2, and that's done. You're done with the area, and that is gonna go traverse with the sparrow area or the skimmer part, and you can skip this whole area of a skimmer if you want to, and save some time. And that's it. That's the first half of this mission. So now we're gonna go ahead and just progress as you would. All right, continuing on to the next half of it, we're gonna go and shoot the first one spawning out here. And the next 2, the only other 2 that's left in this area, is going to be in this like stretch area. I don't know what you call this. So we have one in front of us and behind us, one behind us and one in front of us. That's it. Easy to find. We have the next area over here, the next encounter with the pink balls, pink fruits. I don't know what you call them. We're gonna go ahead and shoot them real quick. So first one, bottom left corner, top right, and then to the left. And that's the next three. Then past this encounter. All right, so past that encounter, now we have the next one. We have one over here. And then we're going to progress as we would. And we have number 2 over here to the left. Right there. And I'm going to fall here, I'm pretty sure. And so the last one, I'm going to take the elevator looking thing, ball, launcher, and down the middle pipe, doesn't matter which pipe you go through, you can see it in either one. And the last one is going to be located over here for this area, for that area, for the third one. The boss right now, I'm a bit sloppy with this one, but the very beginning area, one right in front of you, and then you have one in the middle area and one in the back area. Just a bit. It's a lot of ads. I just didn't care that much. So one over there at the top, and then there's one right below us to the right. So we just were the back side where we just died down there, and that's it. That's that. And you finish the boss room. So now we're in the sparrow area. You can just drive your sparrow into these ones, or just jump off your sparrow and just shoot them if you want to. But they're designed to do that, and that's it. That's all of them. You should get the triumph maybe even before picking those ones up, but you should get the triumph by doing all of that, and that's it. Should be all of them. Because if you go to Destiny Inventory Manager, you can see how much times you've destroyed every single one. Or was it Braid Tech? It's either one. I think it's Braid Tech. Braid Tech shows sometimes more than what you've done, and I've done this 10 times. And I attempted this twice, and I messed up one time, and it still gave me, I had 8 before doing it, and I have 10, so I did it twice. So I don't know, it seems like you can do it pretty early for the most part. Anyways, so that's a lot of information. There's that. So next up, we still have more to go, but they're all pretty simple. Complete all Enigma protocol in under 18 minutes. You can solo it under 17 or 17 minutes, but it shouldn't be an issue doing this. It's pretty easy to do. Just have to memorize. It's all the same. It does rotate daily, the corrupted version and the normal version, but there's no real difference for the enemy types. But other than that, it's pretty easy to do. As long as you have a decent team, or just a team that your matchup isn't dumb, then it's not that bad. All right, I don't know what else to say. Okay. Lastly, the last 3 here. These are all together. These last 3, Encore, Discord, and Discoveries, and Hack the Centaur. These are all the same. You're gonna, if you get all the catalysts, if you get all the intrinsic upgrades, you're gonna get this done as well. I don't want to make this video even longer than it's supposed to be. I have a video showing everything for this. The only thing you need to know is you have to finish Specimen 7 first in order to see secret chests. If you don't finish Specimen 7, you cannot see these chests. Finish Specimen 7 first, and then you'll be able to do everything and these things. Okay, the video, I already have a video uploaded already showing this already, all the catalysts and everything, so you just watch that instead and add the time for that. It's like 20 minutes long, so this is already 20 minutes long. Anyway, that's the title. I probably missed some stuff here and there, but this is the gist of it, or most of it, that I can show and talk about. Like there's a lot more to this. Like there's all the act quests, steps and stuff. Most of it handholds you, so there's nothing should be scary about it. And then also, it's the Specimen quest all has their own steps, like I said earlier, that I don't think they don't. It's not like a handhold, but it's just playing the game and just grinding. Those are the only long parts, right? But I don't have, I streamed it all. I have it all streamed on my channel, doing every single week and story. So it's possible that you could watch those, but I don't know. It's just, I try to only do story in those streams. So at the very beginning of each stream, you should see me doing the story, and you could just follow along at that point. But that doesn't matter, to be honest. Anyway, so that's that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That's the best I can explain it. And I can see the title, Intrepid. And yeah, enjoy.